Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Rite-Way Detailing's YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. We're seeing some amazing growth on Rite-Way Detailing's YouTube channel, so just want to say thank you very much. Hope everybody had great holidays. We had a great time with our Christmas and New Year's with family. Hopefully you guys had a blessed time with everybody and got what you wanted for Christmas. So what we got going on today is another exhaust video, as you can see in the title. So what I'm going to do right now is we're just shooting this quick intro. I'm going to fire up the CTSV, and then we're going to drive down to my customer's house, pick up his Super Snake truck, of course get some coffee on the way, and head over to Brothers Muffler. It's a pretty cold morning here in California, nothing compared to what people are having out on the Midwest and East Coast, but we're going to go ahead and head out. So pretty loud in the morning, but just wait, guys, we got another video coming on the 2019 Hellcat. That thing is a beast. Sometimes it's hard to get this thing open in the morning, but the Hellcat's sitting there in the garage. The gold package is all finished up on it. It's just keying right now. We actually took it right to Vegas about a couple days after it was finished, but that cold start is literally like all hell breaking loose. So let's go ahead and move these over. I gotta freaking shut the AC off next time for some reason, or turn the heat on, because when you cold start this thing in the morning, if you had the AC on previously, that's what fires up. So it's like an ice box in here. So go ahead and step in, get this freaking AC off. There we go. So I love the CTSV. I really want to get thinking about getting an 07 Z06. That's what I was gonna get. And I knew a ton about the car, but the only thing I didn't look into was the weight. Now, I know that might sound kind of stupid, but I was more doing a lot of research on the 2009 Corvette ZR1. That's one of my big dream cars, but that thing is still, I mean, it's still ridiculously priced. I mean, it's worth the money as an investment, but sorry, just trying to get these straps on. The one thing that freaked me out was I didn't know how light the 07 Z06 was. That's what I was looking at before I bought the CTSV. But the only thing I had to say is this thing is way nicer. I mean, honestly, 10 times nicer than the Corvette. I mean, I love this thing. I've been in Vets, but you know, I haven't driven a ZR1 or a Z06. I've driven a new Z06, but I haven't the old one. I didn't realize that the old Z06 07, I think it was 3,132 pounds. So that's literally 1,085 pounds lighter than my car. I cannot believe that. So, you know, maybe we'll be getting one of those. I'm thinking maybe in the next year, you know, but or year and a half, maybe two. But if YouTube really starts taking off, you know, that will give us the opportunity to be able to go purchase that thing. So if you want to see a Z06 on the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, let us know what you think. So I'm going to go ahead and get headed over to the customer's house, and we'll see you there, you know, picking up the Super Snake. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Most important thing to do when you drive your CTSV, shut all this junky stuff off. There we go. Put the suspension in sport mode, and we are off. Of course, you always got idiots like these two. Let's just pull right out in front of cars getting on the freeway. You're gonna have to get over. So since we're dealing with all the idiots on the road like everybody else does, people just take their brain and throw it away when they get in their vehicle. But 2019 has been a pretty, you know, amazing year for the car community. Yeah, I'll let you over, Grandpa. Let's go. I'm a nice person. We like to let people over. I can't stand, you know, especially in the work vehicles like the big dually or the van and trying to get over. Some people, you know, nowadays just won't let people over. But anyways, 2019, you know, we're headed over right now to pick up the Super Snake. As I said, 2019's been a really crazy year. for the car community. If you kind of think about it and do a quick recap, we had the Toyota Supra come out. People have been awaiting that thing for a long time. Toyota Supra came out. Then you had the 2020 C8 Corvette that came out, and then you had the Mustang Mach-E that was, announced. There was a few other vehicles I'm sure I'm missing. It's just been a crazy year, especially with the electric community. Now, personally, I can't stand electric cars, but, the technology behind it is pretty cool. I'd never buy one, but, a lot of the stuff is really, really cool. The things that they're engineering. Let me go ahead and get over. Things they're engineering is really cool. It's just not something I would ever buy, ever. I like to hear my vehicles, and you can argue all you want, but I just can't stand electric vehicles. But, I can't knock the technology and the design. It's nice to see. It's a lot different. But, that's just, if you're into electric cars, it's a really cool time for you. But if not, then it's like, whatever. So, but the C8 Corvette came out, and you'll see in our LA Auto Show video, that thing looks absolutely crazy, especially in the Rapid Blue. It's looking really, really good, and then I forgot what gray color that was, but it was really, really nice. So, really exciting times, and of course, the Toyota Supra content on YouTube is going absolutely berserk. I think it's kind of dying down now. But it was going crazy, up to SEMA. I think there was like 40 or 50 cars there. If you go back on Hoonigan or one of those videos of them doing a SEMA recap, I swear there was like over 45 Supras there. So the Supra content has been out. I think it's a little pricey, to be honest with you. Especially like that launch edition. I mean, the lower VIN numbers are going to sell and be an investment, but, I don't know. It's kind of pricey for the performance. It is really, really quick. It's really cool to see. I don't know if I'd necessarily spend that type of money on a Toyota Supra right now. I always recommend, at least a year or two, just wait. Don't purchase the thing right there. Now, if you got the finances and stuff to purchase a brand new vehicle like that, at the highest price possible, go ahead and do you. More power to you. But, I like to wait and kind of get a deal. If you think about the CTSV, 556 horse, 542 torque, I think, or the exact specs. I think that's the torque. Yeah, it's 542 torque. If you think about it, you can get a CTSV. This one was, like 60,000 miles on it, and I picked it up for 28.9, and then of course out the door is about 31 or 32. So if you think about it, there's a lot of bad you-know-what cars that you can get for, same price as buying an EcoBoost Mustang and things like that. Okay, everyone, we are in the 2018 Shelby F-150 Super Snake. You saw the cold start. Just gonna cruise this thing over to Brothers Muffler in Fontana. They do great work. Not paid by them or anything yet, but no, they do amazing work. They're very well priced, and they're willing to work with whatever you got. We've brought in some pretty crazy little projects to them, and they've always got everything handled beautifully. Never had a problem with their welds, so they do a really good job. If you're looking for a muffler shop in Fontana or the Inland Empire area, definitely recommend them. We've taken a lot of pretty nice vehicles, especially this. This is probably one of the nicest ones that they've had in their shop for sure. They love having it come by, but as you can tell, this thing is pretty raspy, and it wasn't exactly like that right when I left the exhaust shop, but as I kind of got on my way home, the pipes got hotter. This thing, if you're just barely touching the gas, it's pretty manageable, but at the moment you kind of load the throttle up like that, that's barely a quarter throttle. it's pretty raspy. I mean, it's a little too much. So, and you know, owner had the same thoughts on it. I thought it did open it up a lot more. Definitely way louder than what I would have ever expected. I was used to, you know, 5.3s and 6.0s and stuff, straight piping them, and they sound pretty reasonable. It sounds really nice, but this is crazy. I mean, this is like full race car. So we got Flowmaster Super 10s in the back. I just kind of wanted to get a quick shot of us just cruising, and you know, so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like on the end cab. Don't have the suction cup with me today. You know, the other mount kind of got messed up from the last use I had it on. So we're just cruising. Just wanted you to get an in-cab sound. It's not too bad, but the moment you kind of load the gas up, it's pretty crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. You know, if you wanted crazy loud all the time, this is definitely the way to go. But that's, you know, even me being younger, it kind of gets annoying. So didn't really want that. Wanted it just to sound really badass, and it does, but it needs to be toned down a hair. So we got some Flowmaster Super 10s chilling in the back seat right now, and we're headed over there. So we're gonna get those welded on, so we'll get a couple of you know, shots like we did last time of, you know, work in progress, what's going on, them cutting things up, and then, you know, the after. So let's go ahead, and we're gonna get on the freeway, so got to be really paying attention and get this thing down there safely and get these mufflers put on so we can tone this race car noise down, because as you can tell, all hell breaks loose when this thing cold starts in the morning. So you know, we really need to fix that. So let's go ahead and head down to Brothers Muffler. Sounds like it toned down a lot. Okay, everyone, so got the Super Snake back here at the house, and I actually wasn't able to get any like candid shots of them actually putting these Super 10 mufflers on because I actually had to take a phone call, and that lasted for a good 35-45 minutes. So they put 2 Super 10s, so Super 10 in each pipe over here, and they did an amazing job. Very nice fitment. And definitely quieted down all the raspiness that this truck had. It was pretty bad. I mean, it was extremely loud. So let's go ahead and get a quick, this is kind of like a warm fire up. Sounds really good. So very clean sound, nice and toned. Got a little bit of raspiness to it, you know, in the beginning. If you really load up the gas about quarter throttle or more, just before it wants to kind of take off and downshift, it kind of cackles back a little bit, but it still sounds really good. You know, this is kind of more race level, not exactly, but kind of changed the exhaust into dual exhaust last time. So it really opened this thing up, and it sounds crazy. It's a lot louder because it's got 3-inch piping. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys down really quick, Let me get a couple revs. Let's see how this sounds. So don't know how well the GoPro picks that up. I know it sounds, like I said, it's got a little bit of rasp to it. But besides, you know, the way the GoPro might make it kind of sound, it actually sounds really, really clean now. You know, it's got that nice Mustang bite to it. You know, a lot of the Mustangs, you know, when you straight pipe them or anything, they're really, I mean, they're nasty. And that's what this thing sounds like. It's dirty. It sounds good. So, you know, revving it up, it's kind of weird because it's got such a big blower on it. Sorry about that. It's got a big blower on it, so it kind of takes, it's a little bit of a delay. But once you rev it up, it sounds really clean. But mostly it's when you drive that, it's got a real nice tone now. It's still very aggressive, but it's a lot better. Tone that raspiness down a little bit. And what I mean by raspiness is when we were driving it, like you saw in the beginning when I cold started it, this thing just, it's like a bat out of hell coming out of there. It's just screaming out of the tailpipe. So it's a little too much, unless this is a full race car, but it was a little too much. So I didn't really expect it to be that loud when we first did the straight piping, but it got crazy. I mean, it's making 755 horse at the crank, if not a little bit more at the crank, due to an upper pulley and all that stuff like that. So it's pretty dirty. So I like it. I mean, it sounds a lot better. I already took it over to the owner's house real quick. I had to grab my keys for the van to wash it out of the car, and he seemed to enjoy it. So we'll see. You know, the Super 10s, like I said, they're very aggressive. It's just meant to kind of give the straight piping a good tone, get more back pressure back there. It kind of felt weird, honestly. It doesn't happen very often, like on the GM vehicles, I've noticed when we've done some straight piping because of the way the pipes are routed. But it was kind of weird driving this stock compared to fully straight piped. I don't know if it really affected it, but it just didn't seem the same, like the way the trans and everything was working while you were driving it, like the throttle response and stuff. It seemed like maybe it was a little too, it was too open, like there was not any back pressure. And I haven't had that happen at all, really. And it kind of, and listen, don't quote me, I'm not a freaking engineer, but the way it was before, I mean, it sounded badass, but I don't think that the truck liked it at all. I don't think it liked being straight piped like that. So after you do the Super 10s, the way it was kind of driving, in my opinion, went away, and it went back to how it was before, and it felt really good, really, really touchy. It was nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know we've had this thing, I think 3 times already at the exhaust shop. But you know, the owner kind of wanted to play around, and it's pretty inexpensive. It wasn't too bad. I mean, each trip was less than a couple $100. This trip was only about 100 bucks. And then we're going to do a bunch of stuff to it. So we traveled down there this night. We're going to wash it, clean it up real good, wrap a couple things in the interior, coat them. So I'm going to go ahead and get moving on that. And if you guys want to see the rest of what's going to happen in this video, just click into our Instagram. It's not really like, I'm not going to be videoing. It's just going to be some photos of, you guys have already seen this thing washed a million times. I'm not going to bore you with that. So we're going to go ahead and wash it and then wrap a couple pieces in the interior in that blue that you see there. And that will pretty much wrap up the Shelby F-150 Super Snake. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of a bunch of clips kind of put together, but you know, we just wanted to get this thing down there, get it to the exhaust shop and get it back. And I think they did a really, really nice job. So it sounds good. It's not as crazy it was before. So we're going to go ahead and finish the truck up. If you enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's really going to help us out throughout this season. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel above 1,000 subscribers so we can go ahead and get monetized and really start to push the movement of Rite-Way detailing as a brand, as a lifestyle. You know, being an automotive enthusiast, detailing your vehicle, changing it up, customizing it, and enjoying it, having a good time. So that's what we're about. You know, just enjoying the vehicles, making them look awesome, and having fun, and moving forward, teaching you guys some stuff that we know, and learning from you guys as well. So Once again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button and we will see you on the next video.